Oh, it was probably with Lucky Pants.
Maybe. Hi, Steve.
That was so freaking cheesy.
There you go, babe. Oh, this is retarded. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Alright. I thought my thing was fucking up.
Be here this time.
Yeah, scream loaf.
This is the point in time when they need to like team up with streamers and be like, "Hey, play while while we're waiting, and we'll go through different streamers, promote them, promote content creators."
Who can get a raid run done in the time that fucking is left on the screen? You know what I mean? Time that fucking is left on the screen. You know what I mean? That would be cool.
Keepstone.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Keepstone.
Alright, I'm muting this. This is bullshit.
If you be hearing your bullshit, I'm not going to need you better.
No, don't care.
Bullshit, I'm not going to need you better.
No, don't care.
Bullshit, I'm not going to need you better.
No, don't care. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Yes, kitty. Can I help you? Yes, kitty. Can I help you? Yes, kitty. Can I help you?
What is this furry bullshit?
Yeah, I thought odd.
What is this furry bullshit?
Yeah, I thought odd.
What is this furry bullshit?
Yeah, I thought odd.
Look at they can give you subtitles. Look at they can give you subtitles. They're inspirational stories. They can give you subtitles.
No,
They're inspirational stories.
no,
They're inspirational stories.
no,
They're inspirational
no.
Dear Bungie, this is signed before.
Nope,
Dear Bungie, this is signed before.
nope.
Dear Bungie, this is
Shit.
before.
Nope. Shit. Nope. Shit. Nope.
Right,
Rocks.
it's
The answer is
definitely
rocks.
Definitely rocks.
Gotta be rocks. The answer is
Yes.
rocks.
Definitely rocks.
Gotta be rocks. The answer is
Yes.
rocks.
And the moon's not haunted. Definitely rocks.
Gotta be rocks. The answer is
Yes. And the moon's not haunted.
This universe is made of light and darkness. These ancient forces flow through all matter and energy in our solar system and beyond. But we haven't always known this. When the Traveler arrived in our solar system, they called it many things. A ship, a planet, a god. Its presence provoked and inspired great change. It terraformed several moons and planets. Our lifespans increased threefold. And we launched colony ships to settle worlds beyond our own. This was our golden age. But like all golden ages, it was doomed to collapse. The Traveler was pursued by an ancient enemy, a voice in the darkness. It found us. Humanity lost everything. With the last of its strength, the Traveler pushed back its enemy to create something new. The ghosts. In the dark times that followed the collapse, the ghosts chose the first Lightbearers. Immortal warriors gifted with the power of the Traveler's light. Humanity faced many threats in those days. Invaders from beyond our system arrived in droves. Pirates, called the Fallen, came to scavenge the remains of our golden age. The warlike Cabal came for our territory and resources for conquest. The Hive, ravenous worshippers of death, came to feed their infernal hunger. And the Vex, strange living machines, came to recreate our world in their own brutal image. We fought with each other as well. For a time, chaos reigned. Though in the end, we came together to rebuild, to heal. We built a city under the Traveler, the last safe city of Earth. In this city, humanity lived peacefully in all its forms. The humans, Earth's original inhabitants, the Exos, marvels of the Golden Age, and the Awoken, a people touched by both light and dark. Lightbearers took an oath to protect the last city. Over the centuries, they earned the title Guardians. The Titans, paragons of strength and bravery. The Warlocks, mage scholars trained in the arcane arts. And the Hunters, bold adventurers gifted with cunning. Guardians know that when they stand together, they are stronger. And now, new threats use our own powers against us. The Black Fleet closes in, edging us toward a second collapse. And our greatest adversary, the voice in the darkness, is revealed. A being of unimaginable power. The Witness. But all is not lost. Brand new Guardians rise every day to shape the future of our solar system and beyond. And beyond.
When I think about being the Guardian, I think about being part of a fire team. For me specifically, I think about being a fire team leader. I think about not only being a fire team leader for my friends, but also for my family. So many of my friends trust me with their guardian. There you go. Very good. Very good. Oh, you just killed your dad. The teamwork that really pays off, especially after a long period of hardship. To come in clutch in the big moments. I've been able to pass along my love of Destiny to so many friends, also to my family. Been able to game with my daughter. To be able to guide little lights is truly a treasure. But to me, the most important part of being a guardian is being kind to everyone that we meet. Your kindness and joy may spark hope in a darkness zone where light is fading away. Being kind to everyone. Your kindness and joy may spark hope in a darkness zone where light is fading away.
I think one of my most favorite memories with them so far is Valid Disciple contest mode. It's my very first time even doing day one raid with them so far. And, it was Valid Disciple. We didn't get it, but it was a good time. Even doing day one raid with them. Yeah, through my clan, they've helped me become a better person, a more confident person, a more confident player, and I wouldn't be the same without them. Helped me become a better person, a more confident person, a more confident player, and I wouldn't be the same without them.
Destiny ha sido una increíble experiencia y me ha ayudado a escapar de mi realidad. Acá muchos me conocen por mi apodo, Deus. Y gracias a este personaje he sido capaz de hacer incontables amigos, vivir experiencias inolvidables y atesorar también momentos dentro de la comunidad. Para mí el juego es más que simplemente lo que se ve en pantalla. Han sido las personas, las actividades, los hitos como jugador incluso, y la experiencia y todo este sueño e historia que hemos construido en el que hay un desarrollo de personaje.
my name is Lillian. I go by Lily Bean Cosplay on Instagram, and I've been doing Destiny cosplay for 6 years. I started playing Destiny in late 2015, and I just fell in love with the designs, the characters in the game, and I went to a local convention dressed as my hunter. From then, I kind of just wanted to keep going. I did a House of Winter Fallen Drag, Sweeperbot, Soraya Hawthorne, Anna Bray, my hunter character from Destiny 2. It always has to do with a character that I'm drawn to in some way from a design standpoint. If it's a character that has a bunch of LEDs or, moving arms or something, I look at it and say, how can I make this? Because I want to learn from it. I want to diversify my skill set with my Spider's Associate costume. That's like a fully immersive costume. You can't see my face, I'm wearing a helmet, and I have 2 extra arms. Savathun was part of the Cosplay Cosmodrome event that Bungie did for Bungie Day, and being able to take a character whose design I wasn't super familiar with yet and create it in real life and then wear it, it was great. There's so many different groups within the Destiny community. You have artists, you have musicians, streamers, gamers, and I think that's really special, just to be able to show, like, this is what inspires me and this is what I'm gonna do to show that it inspires me.
I'm Dan, aka the Rat King's crew. I've been playing Bungie games since Marathon 2, and I've been playing Destiny since it launched. I'm so happy to be part of such a creative and passionate community, and I can't wait to see what Destiny is going to do next.
Well, for somebody who's played from D1 to D2, what makes a Guardian is someone who, against all odds, keeps pushing forward, always making the advance, always moving forward. I was introduced to the game by a bunch of friends, military, law enforcement. I'm in the public safety field. Don't have a lot of time to play, but when I play hard. Long story short, a lot of those folks either got deployed, went to other jobs, or just didn't really see them anymore. Complained about the content and not having it vast. I've learned from D1 to D2, the game has definitely grown. And me as a diehard Guardian, I keep pushing forward because I have the confidence and the ability to see what's happening. And now here we are, still playing.
I'm Steve Saylor, aka Blind Gamer Steve. I'm a content creator and accessibility advocate and consultant in the video game industry.
My name is T Morris. People call me T, they call me T Monster. I also go by Twitch Dad.
When I started looking into wanting to stream, I had known this dude here for about, I think about 10 years at that point.
10 years.
And so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you know what? I know you play Destiny. Would you be cool kind of helping me and guiding me through the game? I've never played it before.
This is when I gave you a little bit of honesty. I said, are you sure you want me? Because you see me play, so you know how bad my aim is. It'll be the blind leading the blind. And he went, that's what we'll call it.
All right, there's the Traveler. There's the Traveler in front of us. Let's go. Walk forward. Walk forward. I want you to enjoy this.
As someone who has a disability where it affects my vision and it is hard for me to be able to play games in general, having someone take the time and guide me through being able to play a game and not try to rush me through things, that meant the world to me.
Where's that? All right. Oh, there he is.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! In any other game, it's usually people don't want to play with a disabled person. Whereas with Destiny, I can jump in with T, I can jump in with my friends, and even when we just jump in with random blueberries in the community, we can still be able to help each other out, and that's why I love Destiny.
Did you shoot my friend? That was a bad choice.
It's all about being able to reach out and pick someone up and being like, we can do this together. And that is being a hero. It's being able to lift everyone else up.
It's not about you. It's about the fire team. That's what makes a good Guardian, is when it's about reaching the end goal and reaching it together.
Hey, soy Colossus. Desde mis inicios como guardián hace ya 7 años, jamás creí que llegaría tan lejos. He puesto fin a incontables amenazas y he conseguido las armas más exóticas. También he explorado el sistema solar durante años en busca de las respuestas más enigmáticas. Y aunque las encontrara, seguía faltándome algo. Hasta que lo encontré. ¿Sabéis qué forja verdaderamente a un guardián? Los compañeros que están a tu lado en cada aventura. Ya sea tu escuadra o tu clan, ser guardián va más allá de uno mismo. Yo junto a mi clan he hecho de todo, desde partidas privadas que acaban en carcajadas, hasta culminar una incursión en su modo 24 horas. Si no fuera por ellos, yo no estaría aquí. Es por eso que mi mejor momento en Destiny fue encontrar a mi clan, ya que a partir de ahí, mi destino tuvo sentido.
I want to say one of my biggest memories about playing Destiny happens to be the raids and a lot of the friends that I've made along the way. Vogue is my favorite raid, and when it came out, I was ecstatic. Again, happy Bungie Day to everybody, and hope everyone's having a great one, and I'll see you in the stars.
Hey everybody, I'm Tej, and I'm a Guardian. What makes me feel most like a Guardian is being able to be me. We all choose to represent ourselves in different ways, and when you learn about someone's Guardian and the legend that they've written for themselves, it teaches you something beautiful about them. I strive to create a space online through content creation that people can just come as they are, and we can all just celebrate in this beautiful world that Bungie's created for us. There's something really amazing about being able to connect with people through a shared interest without the fear or anxiety that comes with thinking that you have to be something you're not, or thinking that you have to conform to a certain ideal or worldview in order to be respected or loved. So I hope that on this Bungie Day, we all can remember what it means to be a Guardian. We all can remember to rally around each other, to show the love, spread the good vibes, and push back the darkness. I'll see you out there.
In a world where you rescue heroes from other timelines and brawl worm gods with your bare hands, it's a battle of light versus dark, monsters versus metal, everyone versus Telesto, in a lore-rich universe with an abundance of adventure and exploration.
But that's not just why we play, is it? Believe me, nightmare hunts give me quite the adrenaline rush, but my Twitter mention suggests you expect more. So, did you keep playing for the life-changing god rolls? Or the mile-high sparrow flying? The Nessus frogs? The day one raid nights with your friends where you spend 8 hours and still don't know what you're doing? The Nessus frogs? You must have had some inspiration, right? Probably the creators and streamers that helped you forget that time you dropped your pizza, cheese side down. Or was it the people creating a Destiny universe of their own with stories, art, and literally dressing for the job they want? Maybe you're here for the intellectual discussion, or maybe you're here for the Space Horse. Maybe you're here for the Destiny creators you love so much, Bungie actually got one to do this video. Hi, Mom and Dad. What I'm trying to say is, Destiny 2 is so much more than the game we see in trailers. While many joined for the fantasy, we found a home amongst its people. And in the endgame, we stayed for the discos, the DPS, the grenades, the bad bubbles, burgers, and tannics behind every corner. Trombone medleys, laser tag, tower names, yeehaws, the dings, the punts, the clutcher kicks, sweeper bots, stasis crystals, cheese spots, raid callouts, pub stomp, ramen, sliding, chicken petting, Galahorn, Sepix Prime, shiny swords, titan.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to dive in and talk about just the kind of journey of being a massive Destiny and Bungie fan and what that's like to go from massive fan to actually working at the company that we loved so much. I want to learn about your journeys. How did you get started playing as a player, not as somebody who works here, playing Destiny, and kind of how has that relationship with the game evolved through the years? You know what, T, you and I, we've had many conversations with Session. I want to hear from you, buddy.
So I've been playing the game for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And so, as proof of my, the D1 Alpha veteran status, I have my raid belt here today. So this is my cringe moment where I will be proud.
It's nice to see one in person. I've only seen it on like screens and like screenshots.
Tell us a little bit about it. Like, how'd you get it? When'd you get it?
Oh, so that is the King's Fall World's First belt. Me and my 5 friends, we had, I say used to have, but I think we probably still have it. World's First of Fun. Like, whenever we were doing World's First races, it was supposed to be about having fun and showing off the new stuff. And for me, I always loved raiding just because, like, I'm a problem solver by heart. Like, that's also why I love working here, because that's what I do, is I just kind of solve problems that are really complicated. Yeah. That's really exhilarating. And now
spots.
is very
and
fun.
That one didn't even look like it needed to be fixed.
Suffer for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And it was trying to rush me to get it done.
Exhausting. So
if you are, and I don't look at them as good. I'll get done when I get done.
For a long time. Drink water. Stretch.
Well,
we're
trying to get out of here. If we're trying to get out of here that bad, you would have been here 45 minutes.
I'm very much with Sam on this in terms of like the loving the problem solving and loving to get into that. I really fell in love with Destiny when I started raiding, and that was like my moment where I was like, I grew up playing puzzle games and mystery games, and like I love those types of games, and to find that in Destiny and to find that same sort of like problem solving, but to do it with a team and to do it with your friends.
I'm on the same page. Yeah, I'm totally on the same
All I
page.
need in life
Like
right
the
now is a
number
big
one
titty
story
and a
for me
bitch.
around that is definitely Deepstone. Deepstone, I played all the way through Deepstone with my clan, which was amazing.
I got here. I've only got 2 stops today. I'm already at my last.
So many moments like that. I'm kind of interested.
And I was explaining to her what had happened and stuff, and she's like, "She did what?" I was like, "Yeah," and I showed her.
That's Destiny at its best. Is like when you are learning from it.
She did what?
Like, at least for me, I feel like
she did what, Nurko?
From like D1 and being like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Weird chick.
Yeah, it's like super creepy, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, but I think like seeing where she is now and then how she's like really helped everyone else. Like a lot of people.
Have you looked up Flying Camel?
I'm a Titan. It's just like in my blood.
Look up the Alaskan pipeline.
All right, hey, we were streaming, boys. Keep that for the game chat.
Don't really like him that much, but to me, he always just seemed like a really father figure who's trying his best for everyone.
It's fuck that guy. Thank you.
People were like, "What? Like Zavala, why aren't you doing this? X, Y, Z." And then we got to learn more about him. For me,
if you're gonna quote me, quote it right.
Like that, his whole character arc, and then Eris and like her character arc.
you're all insufferable to then like teaching everybody. how
No,
to
but
deal
do
with
not look
demons.
up the
I think
Alaskan
it's
pipeline. You'll regret it.
kind of crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Speaking to now and like through season 17, how Eris, she's like one of the epitomes of grief in her whole story, and how
not one of the
she
better
evolved
Urbans,
to
I can tell
something
you
where
that.
she's like, I had to learn how to deal with grief
Charizard
on my
is just
own,
funny.
and to see her evolve
Look up
to a
Flying
character
Camel. Do you
that is
enjoy
like
it?
helping people.
Have you? What
go
about
through
a?
their own grief. It's
What is it called?
Bungie, what the heck? Like, how do you do
And
this?
how patient she was. Like the fact that, like, when Crow would stumble or Zavala would stumble, she'd be like, take a step back, patience. Healing doesn't happen overnight. And
Exactly. I think what we've seen in the last couple of seasons of the incredible narrative team.
Look
and,
up
and
strawberry
deeper into all of
strawberry
the characters, I
shortcake
think
on
that's one
Urban
of my
Dictionary.
favorite things that we've seen from the kind of expansion from where
I
we
think
started
it's
to where
no,
we're
it's
at
maybe
now.
it's
Is just
strawberry.
that
Hold
deeper
up, it might
dive,
be.
and I know kind of where we're going with things, and just like the more that
It
we're
might
going
be
to be able
strawberry
to
cream
dive
pie.
into and hear characters' backstories and understand
That
where
didn't
they're
help
coming
it
from
either.
and what
My
makes
stomach's
them.
churning thinking
I
about
think to
that.
everyone's point, it just makes it more
What
than
about Alabama Hot
just a
Pocket?
shooter game. You have that
Oh, you're
additional
nasty.
aspect of these incredible stories that we all connect with in different ways. And it
Jesus
just makes
Christ,
it's the
guys.
Bungie magic, it's the space magic, it's the thing that like
I told you.
yeah, exactly. And it all somehow and it
You all
all
you fucking
makes
idiots.
sense.
Called Glimmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
but like, how cool is it, like that we're here
Wait,
now?
This is
And
which one did you
kind
look
of
at? The
like
strawberry
like
shortcake or the other
knowing
one?
your long
have that
relationship
check
with this
18
game
plus
before you even
file.
worked here. And then that we're sitting on this couch,
Which is what
getting
mine
to
do.
nerd out and
Yeah.
talk about the things that we love the most.
Which one did you look
How
up?
has that been? Making that
He's
transition, what was that inspiration that drove you to be like, you know what? I'm gonna put my application in. We'll see what happens.
This is my first gaming studio for sure.
Yeah.
It's,
All right,
getting
I'll
into
stop now.
Bungie is interesting because I always wanted to be in tech. That's really where I started. For Destiny specifically, I played it every day, but I never really thought of it as a place to work until Life at Bungie. And so I reached out to a bunch of people on LinkedIn and was asking a bunch of questions. I was like, hey, look. So it was really amazing to be able to like get into the industry and
I will
get into Bungie.
Destiny for me
single-handedly
was
demonetize your channel.
that was back when I was streaming for fun. It was just a hobby, but then
That's
it
why you
became
have
just a lot
18
more to me
plus
because it has all these things I love about games. I love RPGs, and I love like the game feel of a Bungie game, right? When like you shoot that gun for the first time and it just feels good,
Space magic.
Yeah, space magic.
Space magic.
Like,
And I always play the wizard, so I played the warlock.
because that's all I want to do. I just want to cast space magic in every game that I play. So to me,
You
the
can get,
game's
like,
a lot.
shirtless
Like
and
it's
get a
kind of
bathtub
just
and
it gave me a career.
Right.
It gave me like guidance in life for
It's
finding
all
community that I really
about
love,
the kiddie pools.
and how I'm absurdly thankful that I can be a part of the team and hopefully make the
I
game
don't know.
better to hopefully
Steve
have that kind of
starts selling
impact on somebody
bathwater. I
else.
don't think you're gonna
I
do too
knew
well.
that I wanted to work in gaming. I actually got the opportunity
that,
not from the Bungie career website, but from a Twitter post. From a Twitter post, and I immediately sent a message and connected, and I was like, I want to talk about these marketing opportunities.
Delphi.
And now I'm here.
You're here. That's a long time ago.
Even now, just the fact that I'm sitting here, I'm just like
You shot your shot, dude. That's what life's about.
literally, I shot my shot. I'm like, this is what they mean because you hear them throw that phrase around, and you're just like, well, what does it actually mean to shoot your shot? And it's like, no, it's like
Last time I
you're
shot
not
my
going
shot,
to
she got
respond on
pregnant.
Twitter. It's like I'm gonna find you in other places.
Even if you
you're
have
gonna
those
give
moments
me
of doubt,
That's
even if you have that moment of fear, because sometimes making a jump like that's scary.
Scary.
If you're scared, do it anyway.
I didn't hear what he said. He said
My
last
leap
time
into
something.
to Bungie was really
Oh,
similar
the dude on
to Wolf
the
Story. This is my first
stream
role
was
in
talking
gaming,
about how
so
he
it
shot
was
his
this
shot, and
like
I was working for
huge
Bungie, and I said,
leap
last time I
to.
shot
I've
my
been
shot, I
working
got
in
her
marketing
pregnant.
for a long time, but
Oh.
really wanted to
Bam.
make the switch to something that I'm really passionate
I mean, at
about.
least
and
he's
something
being
that I
real.
love, because I think that's what makes work so magical is when you get to work on something you really care about and you really, really love and you feel passionate about. So that for me was
Okay, now I'm
the
paying
thing
attention to
that
it. It's in my
pushed me
ear too with
towards
you all.
shooting
Like this
my
is
shot
Well,
and taking
it's
my
still
shot
3 minutes
a
to
couple
go.
years
They're
ago
literally
and
talking
making the
about
switch over to
people,
Bungie, and
and they have a
it's
guy
been
from
incredible. There's moments like this where it
World's
feels
First
very
on
surreal,
Right?
where you're like,
Lightfall.
what is happening? This is very, very just to have that, like, we all work at Bungie now. Like, we
Yeah.
get to contribute to that thing
To
that
be
we
fair
all
though,
love
when
so
it
much,
starts,
and
I'll
that's
deafen myself so I can pay attention and listen to
I'm
it.
sorry, but that's
Same.
such a good point because there's so many people that ask us
Then when it's over, I'll undeafen and
advice
we can
on how to get in,
discuss.
and I was rejected numerous times before finally getting that spot.
Wide definitely,
And, you know,
but I had
know
my
it breaks my
admin
heart
rights
because
taken
so many
away.
other people are in that same position, and then they stop chasing that dream because like this isn't my first gaming job. I've been working in this industry.
You
for
can
almost 20
deafen
years,
yourself,
and
man.
as a journalist, and it was really scary. To
That's
make
what I
that
mean.
jump.
And I'm just going to
I
deafen
felt like it was
myself.
right. I kept applying for narrative, and you know,
There we
granted,
go.
I sent them
You're hooked up from
not
a tablet.
appropriate fan fiction as writing samples, so I get
Oh.
that. No hard feelings. I get it. And they were like, you know, it was just they were like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit for community. Like, let's put you through that interview process, and we did that, and it was scary at first, but
You're
the
good, man.
more
Come
I
on.
kept interviewing, I was like, wait, no, this is
That looks
this
fun.
was made for me. Like, this is what I was supposed to do. And it was funny because all of that trepidation that first week left because I felt like it was family.
I'd like to think that Bungie gives space for that human condition, that human element.
I
It's a
should be
place where I
already
can feel
done.
like I can be myself.
But
It's a place
no.
where I am being taken care of, and I'd like
This
to
is a
think
long
that,
2 minutes.
you know, we're not perfect, and
Right.
there's things we can improve upon, but we try to talk about it.
I was taking part in the predictions,
So
though. I
much
was
for
answering
joining us
some of the
today.
questions.
It was honestly so much
Thank you.
fun just diving into
Got
your
you.
stories a little bit, not just like
All right,
as
what do you
devs
think they're gonna
and working
unveil?
in Bungie side, but as
Poison
players before that
subclass.
and the journey into that.
I don't think. I
I'm
think it's
really
going to.
also
I think it's going
excited
to focus
for the
more
upcoming
on the
showcase, so I'm
seasonal
gonna need you
content
all
that's
to make
coming
a
up,
pat in
and
the
then
back. We're
Arc
gonna do a
3.0.
Clinky burrito,
I
and
think
we're
that's
gonna
what the
hunker
majority of
down
the
some
reveal is going to be.
Because
popcorn.
in last
I think
week's
it's gonna be
club,
I
last
think
week's
they're gonna.
club,
No,
they wanted
they're gonna show off the new subclass. I
Like,
had it
Yeah.
ruined
Yeah,
for me already.
100% they're showing off new subclass.
Well, they wanted to show off more of it, but club.
I think they'll.
We'll see.
Either immediately started off showing off the new subclass, or they'll show the
Work
Arc
their way
3.0
into it?
and then like they'll work up to it.
I just got chills. This is everything I've ever wanted out of this.
Blanket burrito. What the hell am I watching?
Oh my god, I love it. Boom! Dang, growth is nasty, son. Your life is forfeit. No!
Everyone's doing hashtag drops and hashtag rewards. What the fuck's that for?
A scythe? A freaking scythe! He's coming. He has given
They're asking for it, I guess.
That was
3 seconds.
Are
I'm
you
muting.
okay?
I'm muting.
Subscriber chat only. Alright, I'll be back. Come on, Devin. Yep.
What the freak?
Whoa.
Another witness? Man, that's crazy!
It looks like him.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, Guardians. So awesome to be here with you again.
Last time we got up here, we got a chance to show you Savathun, the Witch Queen, and her majestic throne world.
Since then, it's been a wild year for Destiny.
You returned to the original Loot Cave to reclaim the fabled Gallarhorn.
Then, you exorcised an ancient evil from a hive queen, so you could put it inside a grenade launcher.
And now, you've been spending the past few weeks cleansing a derelict Leviathan from its twisted nightmares.
In fact, the last year has been the best year we've ever had in the Destiny community. I hope you can feel it as well. And seeing this kind of reaction from our community, it's both humbling and inspiring.
Because our team here at Bungie, we're not just developers, we're also guardians. We're trying to build what we'd love to play in Destiny, and that's what brought each one of us here. Brought us not only to Bungie, but also brought all of us to this final showdown between light and darkness.
So, without further ado, this is the beginning of the end. This is Lightfall.
To savor the fruitless struggle to its last drop.
I've seen that thing 100 times now, and every time I see it, I still kind of get goosebumps.
Instantly, I had chills. It's all here, it's all happening now. Things are finally coming to a head.
Thematically, we really have been honing in on that kind of bombastic, big set piece approach.
It's gonna be over-the-top action, adrenaline pumping, like the whole time.
This is really kicking off the conclusion to the Light and Dark saga, where we finally face down this foe that we've been anticipating facing for so long. It's pushing it to 11.
We've been hinting at this malicious force in the darkness that's been our enemy behind a lot of our conflicts. We revealed that enemy, we put a name on it and put a face on it, and that enemy is the Witness. And the Witness is coming with its newly empowered disciple, Callus.
Callus is really crash landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced. Callus is taking that army that he's bringing with him to be the harbinger of the Witness's doom.
This is such a pivotal moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Callus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
We see in the trailer that we're headed to Neptune, and on Neptune there's been this hidden city called Neomuna where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune. It's a giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. Exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of a civilization that's potentially under threat. But Guardians were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been aware of.
And then, of course, you get a glimpse of this green energy. I wonder what that is.
Strand is the new darkness power that we discover here. Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before, when you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe, ever in the history of Destiny, has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces. And, you know, have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna. You are really gonna have to prepare yourself for a wild ride.
We just got a glimpse of our new destination, Neomuna, our new foe, Callus and the Shadow Legion, paired with the Witness, and a very brief glimpse at Strand, but that's just barely scratching the surface of what this release has to offer.
Right, like what we've just seen in that trailer is just the tip of the iceberg, and we've got a whole lot more we're excited to show you coming up.
Last year, we wanted to return to our studio's roots in creating some of the best shooter campaigns in the industry.
That's been our legacy since Halo, and we tried to push that front and center in The Witch Queen.
And it's about more than just guns, but creating an adventure in a handcrafted world full of surprises. Then, we added the legendary campaign option, because great combat needs to challenge you, to test your thumb skill, your tactics, and your build crafting.
And we heard loud and clear that you want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
You tested yourself against the Witch Queen and her Lucent Hive and rose to that challenge. And then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further. We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand new Lightfall campaign.
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players move, fight, and explore everywhere in Destiny.
Neptune is this fantastic destination. The capital city of Neomuna is a really fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and explore it, it's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're gonna be able to explore and get to places that you couldn't before.
Look at that up there. I wonder if I can grapple to there. I'm gonna be a kid in a candy store.
It's not a city that is collapsed. It is a city that has lived through the collapse.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city. The Shadow Legion, they provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now.
You excited for that grappling hook?
They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, or take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside.
I got my speaker on, so I keep it
pyramid units called Tormentors.
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded, and so the Tormentors that they've brought in are these impossibly huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops. You're like, okay, I'm playing through, I'm having fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
We've got all the new stuff going into the game. Strand, Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment. These are all a great setting for a new Legendary campaign, and we're still making sure that we go through and we tweak and tune and we balance the encounters to have that right challenging level of difficulty for players.
The Legendary campaign was a huge hit coming out of the Witch Queen. It was the first time we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside track towards being raid ready.
Everyone back at the studio is so hard at work on Lightfall, putting in the details and making this whole release come alive and continue to surprise and delight players. I am so excited to get this out.
Lightfall is unlike anything players have seen before in Destiny, and it's another step that sends you hurtling to the conclusion of the Light and Dark saga.
Come on, amazing.
I'm super excited to dive into Strand and talk about all the new stuff that we just saw.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting.
Back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together. Like, it's always been there, and now that we can tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through damage.
Strand has a grappling hook. Since you're seeing into this cosmic web, you are able to grapple at any point because the cosmic web exists everywhere. Even if there's not an object there, it will hook on to that web and pull you forward. It's just taking that idea to the next level, putting that Destiny spin on it.
Yep. The grappling hook initially started as part of the Hunter's Kit, right? They're all about fluid movement, rapidly traversing space, and being very agile. But as we were developing, it's like, oh man, this feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right? So we made the call to expand this super cool new ability across all 3 classes. On the design side, we wanted to come up with how each of the classes interpreted this additional psychic dimension, like in their own way, right? So the Warlock, they're the telekinetic master of Strand. So they're going to be able to telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the Titan, you're able to weave these claws and do an area of damage around you, spinning and slashing.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super. The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around. The first time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind. We've learned a lot from creating our other subclasses, and we've taken those learnings about combat, about movement, about build crafting. We've put that all into Strand, and I'm so excited to see where players take it once it's out there in the wild.
Destiny is a game that gets even better when you play with your friends. We want to create communities that are welcoming, inclusive, and that let you bring your old friends and make new ones. And since last year, over 5 million new Guardians have joined our ranks.
We believe that there are still millions more of your friends that would love to play Destiny with you. And the things that you want to see us improve in Destiny are also exactly what's going to make it easier to convince your friends to come and check out the game.
It should be easier to create custom, incredible builds. Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss-melting, storm chaser-wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting, Titan's rampart crutching sentinel.
And if none of what Joe just said makes sense to you, we want to fix that too. Because it's not about removing the depth that makes Destiny so great. It's instead about allowing everyone to dive deeper with ease.
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters, changes to how you see what there is to do and what there is to accomplish. And in the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are basically like a knowledge ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks. And it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian involves other Guardians and what they think about you. That is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're going to know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from our perspective, but from the perspective of other players. Some of the higher Guardian ranks will actually be asking for you to step up, to actually rise to the occasion and prove to other Guardians that you are a strong player and a strong leader.
A lot of people have groups that they already play with, but this will really provide people the opportunity to be recognized for helping other people learn the game, but also provide more people to play with on a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players, you'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited about being able to form groups in the next coming year because it can be really hard to get through some of the hard content solo, and making it so much easier to find people to play with is just going to make getting into Destiny and doing the awesome content so much easier.
Yeah, and They'll be able to say, this is a player who I can trust to lead me through the new raid. I want to join their group. Or they can say, these are players who are new to the activity. I want to take them for that first raid because that'll be a great experience for them and a valuable experience for me as a leader.
It's really going to help players come together and understand each other better when they've never met before. It's going to make the game so much more social, and I think that it's going to really make Destiny players feel like they're on one team.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system that's designed to let players show appreciation for each other.
Also, using the commendation system, people are going to be able to say like, hey, this person as a good leader, and looking at the Guardian rank system, they have a lot of experience. It's going to be, oh, that's the person I want to help me get through this hard content that I've been struggling with.
Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people can get that experience started than ever before.
Both the loadout screen and the mod manager are completely new features.
The mod manager is meant to make build construction Destiny a lot easier.
We all love our fashion game. Fashion game's amazing. And so we're gonna take what we did for the fashion game and we're bringing it to the Buildcraft game. There's gonna be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's gonna be amazing.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Yeah, I feel like with the new release of Destiny and the commendation system mixed with Guardian ranks, we're giving players even new aspirations. It isn't going to be just about power level. It won't just be about gear. It's also going to be about that Guardian rank. It's going to be about those commendations. It's all the ways that we're bringing players together.
So today, we are also launching a brand new season of Destiny 2. And as we've evolved our seasons over the years, we've learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver some amazing character moments and events for the community.
We're long past the era of content droughts. Instead, there are exciting story and events happening in Destiny almost every week, year-round. And we're not slowing down.
Each season, we want to keep raising the bar for narrative experiences in any live game. We want to keep pushing to create unexpected adventures that'll make every season of Destiny unique. And we want to keep listening and learning from you, the Destiny community, so that we can create the strongest seasons of any live service.
Because the witness is coming. And if we want to survive, we need a crew. We need to enrich our defenses. If you're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure in the Season of Plunder.
Aramis has broken free. The old crews now rally under her command.
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Pirates. The full vanguard should be rallied to deal with these outlaws.
Well, anchors away.
Now go show those pirates what happens when they crush Spider.
We're getting a pirate season.
Hope you've got ammunition, Guardian.
Time to blow this rickety barge.
Hello, sexy. Oh my god, we're getting a pirate blunderbuss!
getting a little swept up in all this adventuring.
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates. This season we said, what if we just go to the stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets. We're swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have an adventure this season.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your own. You're going to fill it with different crew members that you can recruit over the course of the season. Drifter is going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
So excited.
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my God, this is gonna be a fun season.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship, and you are the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
The second big activity we have coming this season is called Expedition. You're gonna be guiding a massive drill that's looking for this buried, hidden pirate treasure, and you're gonna have to be fending off of all these pirate crews trying to protect their hoards. And then our final new activity coming this season is what we're calling Pirate Hideouts.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the Pirate Lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Aramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Taking the opportunity to line the ARC 3.0 update with the Fallen, it just ended up working out perfectly because you got all the simple ARC weaponry and the ARC shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
ARC is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy spaces and like deleting them. It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression to the max.
Hunter is really about close range action, being fluid and dynamic and agile, evasive. So we're gonna give Arc Hunter a new super. We call it Gathering Storm, where you summon your Arc Staff, like twirl it above your head and then launch it out, and then it will embed into the ground or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning. Previously, we had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make a what we call a sentient arc soul that fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base arc soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any arc soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire bolts.
Titan's about being this unstoppable freight train. It's about this constant movement. So we gave Titans a new movement option, something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment. You see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or get away. It's a movement tool to the max. There's going to be this new melee ability called Thunderclap, which is like an amazing thing where he like charges his fist, all super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee, so you hold down the button, and as that cocks back and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole goal of deleting things, I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is, oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're gonna have to really read your opponent here. The whole through line with Arc is like, it really isn't that complicated. It's move fast, hit hard, and stay alive.
What I'm most excited about in Season of Plunder is that this is really a season that has a sense of adventure. Yeah. You're exploring the system, you're looking for pirate treasure, pirate relics. You're seeing the world evolve in a way we haven't done before.
I love that with the activities in the season, like we just leaned really hard into the pirate fancies. I love that we have your own catch. I love that you're tracking down buried treasure and then going after the pirate leaders in their caves.
The interesting thing about Destiny is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game, we're kind of a blend of both. And we take inspiration when we say pirates. It's old world pirates that you would see traditionally back in the 1700s and 1800s. We have like a flintlock pistol, we have an exotic fusion rifle that plays different than fusion rifles you've ever seen before.
It's just like end to end, just really leaning into that spirit of like the pirate adventure. And let's also make it so that new players coming in can actually jump in and get started. The gift of the Thunder Gods is a starter kit. It's a set of armor, it's a Thunderlord exotic weapon.
So jump in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
Oh, it's a dreadnought. Is that thing? Oh, that's fucking terrifying. Oh, I'm so excited for fucking King's Fall.
Man, it is so awesome seeing King's Fall return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, King's Fall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall. We've shown you the new damage type, Strand. We've shown you some of the deeper changes to the game that we're going to be making throughout the next year. But we have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
Destiny is coming to the Epic Game Store today.
Epic has been an absolutely fabulous partner to work with. They love Destiny. And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on us. And they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to talk about the summer of Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock Drift.
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Game Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free. If you haven't earned your Galahorn yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Game Store and you can jump in for free.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration, one that stretches a little further than the last city. few years ago, we shared our plans for the Light and Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making, is coming to an end. Since we started charting our own course, we've been building this story. Across 5 years of expansions, since the first pyramid ship emerged in Shadowkeep and we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape, we're building towards a climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come. Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story, since we first communed with the darkness on the moon, to be fully playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions. We want the Destiny universe to grow.
What about previous
and we're going to
expansions?
continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible within our game engine.
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Right now, Season of Plunder is live, and the Helm's got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up on the fun.
Destiny is live on the Epic Games Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about the future, right now, pre-orders for Lightfall are live on all platforms. And anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
Exotic auto rifle.
So we'll see you in game.
When they see this glorious end, they will come for us.
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Pirates.
Let them come and see. What they do then, that is who they are.
Holy shit! Oh! I'm so hyped and excited. Hold. Ha! Oh, I gotta watch that again twice. Oh my god.
Hey, that was
Yo!
good.
Yeah! Dude.
I think my most excitable thing about the whole entire thing was being able to save my build to switch between instantly.
Yeah,
Right.
switching between builds, that's huge. New subclass is not at all what I thought it was going to be. I knew it was green, but I
I am
expected
depending
Soulfire.
on you guys to get me the worst rating possible.
I beg your pardon. Oh, for like the rating systems?
Yes.
Let me see. I like the whole pirate theme. I think that's
Yes.
good
That's
for the next
dope.
season.
That's fucking
Yes.
dope. I'm ready for that.
Pirates.
Let's see. King's Fall. I knew
So
it.
we have to pre-order something to get. They like if you pre-order this, you'll get the exotic auto rifle for free today.
Yep.
If you pre-order
Uh,
today,
Yes.
That's what they said.
Do that.
And it's not out yet. There's a lot of people right now that probably want to pre-order it because you just said free auto rifle.
That's me in a nutshell, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Auto rifle? What?
I didn't know you had to pre-order it today.
You don't have to pre-order it today, but I'm gonna pre-order it today. So is Chris.
Destiny 2 is at capacity. Time to wait.
Destiny didn't download anything at all. I figured it'd be a download today.
I haven't played it in forever, and I didn't have to update.
We don't.
Oh shit, fully?
It's not noon.
What up, dog?
Noon yet. Not noon yet.
Oh, does it don't drop till noon?
Yeah.
It's noon for me. It's 12:30, 12:40.
Yes, it's 12:40 for me as well.
It's 11:39 for me.
Same.
I didn't know they was bringing back King's Fall. That shit's dope.
Okay, hey, no spoilers. I've never played King's Fall before.
Oh no, I ain't gonna spoil that. I was just surprised they bring it back. That's crazy.
I need a
I just want the Malevolence back.
Hey Guardians.
It's my favorite.
Destiny 2 Showcase post-show.
Which I haven't played in so long, dude. I don't even know what to do.
It's so good to finally share all the things the teams have been working on. So hard behind the scenes. We've got
I just loaded into something.
We've got space pirates. We finally have drifters saying more than 2 words. It's a beautiful thing.
Probably
and we've got
taking
some
you
really cool
to,
stuff lined up. Before we get to that, I want to say what a pleasure it is to welcome to the stage the one, the only, D Flawless.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. It's such a blast to be here. Like you said, we got Pirates, we got Arc 3.0, we got Light, we got so much stuff to talk about. I can't wait to dive into it and just go over everything.
Go ahead and give us your best Drifter impression. Go ahead.
Pirates.
Pirates. I love it. I love it. It's going to be great. We've got some deep dives with some of the developers that are responsible for the beautiful world of Destiny. We've also got a live gameplay stream later on with some of the team as well, which is going to be a good time.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Hopefully nothing crazy happens.
No, we love crazy here. We're Bungie. Come on, let's go.
Well, never mind.
But speaking of deep dives, you actually have something coming up, right?
I do.
What you got?
I got some members of the dev team here with me, and we're going to be talking about some of the new stuff that's coming to Destiny 2. What's going on, y'all?
Howdy, Flaws. How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
What's going on? All right. So last time we did this was Shadowkeep, and Dado was here. And let's just address the elephant in the room. All right. There was a popular meme made, and I don't have a notebook like Dado did. I have cards. Okay. So you can't meme this. All right.
Solid.
We're safe.
We're safe.
All right. How's everybody doing?
So good.
Good. Happy to be here, man.
Awesome, awesome. Let's go around the table and let's have everyone introduce yourselves. Let's start with this lovely gentleman to my left.
Hey, everybody. I'm Joe. I'm the game director for Destiny 2.
Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Dan. I'm the general manager for Destiny 2.
I'm Taylor. I am the senior test lead for Season 18 and Season of Plunder. And yeah, excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm the project lead for Destiny 2 expansions.
Hi, I'm James Tsai. I'm one of the creative directors on Destiny.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you all so much for being here. So let's just kick it off. We're all just talking. We're all just having a good time. What are we most excited for?
Neomuna.
Neomuna?
Yeah. Neomuna. It looks so good. Did you guys see that trailer? It looked so good.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. I think in general, like in Destiny, we've went to very different destinations. There are very nature ascendant, and I think I'm really excited to just see what a up to date, like super futuristic neon city looks like, and I'm very excited to just use the grapple on that. So. Yeah.
Grapple. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I was going to say, the thing about Newman, it's really cool because, as Kat was saying, we've gone to a lot of like abandoned places, a lot of nature ascendant places that are falling apart or overrun, but New Muna is like this, it's a civilization that the people believed in and it was worth protecting, and it really embodies like the positivity and the hope and the optimism that runs at the core of a lot of what Destiny does, so. It's a really cool place.
I think I'm excited for how different it feels from where we've been before. What Kat and James were saying. I think last year the team was sent on a mission and we said, "Can you make a really cool swamp?" And they're like, "Okay, yeah." And then they're like, "Okay, we've gotten really good at this like swamp making." It was like, "Great. now make a city, right? Like now make like futuristic, like something that's never been done before in Destiny, where you feel like, you know, minutes before you got there, it was functioning, right? Like people were thriving in this place, and that's just a place that we've never been before in Destiny.
Absolutely. You guys killed it with the design. And did I see this correctly? Are we getting destructible environments in the game?
So the game is like all about like blockbuster action, you know, big fun sequences there. And yeah, there's definitely like some locations, some places where there's gonna be a lot of like things blowing up, a lot of visual flair. It's not like the kind of destructible, like dynamic destructible stuff where you're like gonna blow like a new path in the level and be able to like take a different route than you thought you could. But it really adds a lot to the mood and stuff to have like these things blowing up all over the place. It really complements the theme of the release.
Yeah, I think for us it's about, you know, really highlighting some of those moments, right? You're gonna place the rally banner down and just a sea of Cabal or Vex is gonna pour out, and then suddenly glass is flying everywhere and brands are going, right? And that's that moment that we want. And then we're like, okay, yeah, I think I earned that, you know, those 2 treasure chests for my encounter there. I'll be on my way.
After all the explosions.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the trick, right? Like, it's a war zone, right? Like, I know we've been at war, and I know we've been protecting the last city, but to Joe's point, we just spent, you know, the last year in the swamp kind of playing detective. And this is, the battle is there. It's huge. It's larger than life. So there's things blowing up. There's the constant struggle. It's just a very different vibe. Super excited for the action of it.
Who doesn't like blowing stuff up? I do. So we talked about a little bit. Tell us more about who we're going to be encountering on Neptune. Who are we fighting? We saw some Cabal.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is, you know, the Witness has pulled in and sent Callus, right? You probably saw that concept of Callus's, you know, in classic style, the big pyramid ship with his own sort of effigy crowned on it. And so there's going to be a lot of Cabal. And then there's also this sort of Vex undercurrent threat of Neomuna as well. And so that's an interesting thing that players will sort of discover, you know, what they've been dealing with for the past. But on top of that, I mean, you know, Callus is back, loaded up, really as a disciple of the Witness. And so.
Is it really him?
I could say with like 97% certainty. It's like Callus and not a robot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely probably.
But yeah, it's so cool because you know, we've been seeing like a ton of stuff going on with like Kayatal and stuff in the past few seasons and things, and we're starting to explore like more of the backstory of like the Cabal, find out more about them as a combatant race. It's just really exciting to see that happening, like the Destiny universe continuing to grow, and Callus, like we're gonna find out like why he's, you know, signed on with the Witness. What does he want? What does he hope to gain?
Yeah, but speaking of which, though, but like, even though it's 97% Callus, and it's the Cabal, but it's not the Cabal we know, right? Like, as becoming a disciple, Callus got some upgrades. So like, there's a different Cabal we're going to be fighting. There's different flavors to it.
And I think the biggest, right, you know, upgrade, it's not just the Cabal. There's another unit of the pyramid coming with the Cabal, right? And the Witness said, hey, you're going to need some help. And that's what we call this the Tormentor, right?
Tormentors. Those things look terrifying. What can you tell me about the Tormentors? I'm excited to go up against these guys.
They are terrifying.
They are terrifying. We can tell you that. Yeah, so the Tormentors are a new pyramid unit that will be joining the Cabal and the forces of the Witness this time around. And they're basically bosses in the battle arenas that you will encounter throughout Neomuna. They are, as you said, terrifying to fight against. They have different phases, and they're really like, scary mini bosses.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we called them like terrifying Grim Reapers, and these things are awesome because they're like the first like pyramid units that are like in the core combatant sandbox now that you know, so that they're gonna anchor like a lot of tough encounters, and they have a bunch of different ways they can hit you, right? They have like the like scythe thing, we called them, you know, like I said, our terrifying Grim Reapers. So they throw these like scythe like projectiles at you. They can rush in and like, you know, like grab you and stuff, and it's just like, it's a completely different experience fighting them. It's a really, really fun kind of like.
They're living up to their name.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get tormented by some tormentors.
I like how terrifying Grim Reaper was the throwaway term. Like, that's scary.
This is Grim Reaper, but worse. And we also have another new character type. What are we calling these Cloud Striders? What can we say about these guys? Are they friend, foe?
Yeah.
Like, what?
A little background on the story of Neomuna. So during the first collapse, there was basically a ship that was able to escape, and that's how the society in Neptune started, and how Neomuna as a city came to be. They basically have been preparing all these years to avoid a second collapse and make sure that all their citizens are safe. As part of that, there is this class of people who actually are volunteers. And it's a very different paradigm from what we know as the Guardians. The Guardians are basically chosen by the Traveler to defend humanity. With the Cloud Striders, they actually volunteer to go through a bunch of cyber enhancements and really be ready to protect the citizens in the city. And so that's a very heroic thing to do. And we're going to be able to discover more of their story and how they came to be. But also it comes with a cost. Like, they actually shortened their lifespan for about a decade as they are Cloud Striders. And so you basically have two at a time, one who's mentoring the next one, and we're going to see some of those things play out in Lightfall.
Yeah. What I sort of love about the Cloud Striders is they sort of form this mirror for the Guardian in a bunch of ways. You know, we think of Guardians as the only heroes for the solar system, but the people of Neptune have come up with a different way. And you take yourself as a Guardian, this 6-foot mystic hero, and then you stand next to one of the Cloud Striders, and you're like,